Today, at least 50 ethnic groups consider Hawaii their home. In addition to their original Polynesian roots, Hawaiians also have racial combinations from China, Japan, Korea, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Europe. These immigrant groups brought with them their activities, customs and traditions that were an important part of their ethnic culture and of course their fighting systems. Among these immigrant groups, there were 5 founders of Kajkenbo: Adriano Emperado and Frank Ordonez of Filipino descent, Peter Chu of Korean descent, Joichi Matsuno of Japanese descent and George Chang of Chinese descent. They all practiced various martial systems for a long time and founded what is known as the Black Belt Club. In the late 1940s, the village of Palama was a community center where fist fights and stabbings were commonplace. In this environment, the founders of Kajukenbo wanted to develop an art that would be useful on the street. By training and fighting in and around the Palama settlement, the founders of Kajukenbo quickly gained a reputation as street fighters. This system is the result of a combination of the techniques of 5 Eastern martial arts: Korean karate tang soo do, judo and jiu-jitsu, kenpo, namely Kosho Shorei Kenpo style, English and Chinese boxing, more specifically Northern and Southern Shu Lim Pai, and based on the techniques of Filipino eskrima. Due to the different activities of the founders, they split up in 1949 and all created their own schools, so the techniques are often very different. Training in Kajkenbo was rigid, but Shijo Emperado felt this was necessary to ensure the effectiveness of the system. And in the 1950s, the Kajkenbo organization became known amongst Hawaiian masters as the infamous Black Belt Society. By 1950, there were a total of 12 Kajukenbo schools. And in the late 50s and early 60s, Kajukenbo reached America and began its way of spreading around the world. And today it is quite a well-known school. Kajukenbo, where Ka stands for karate, JJU for judo and jiu-jitsu, Ken for kenpo and Bo for boxing, both American and Chinese style. There are now several separate, recognized branches of Kajukenbo. To test the effectiveness of their original techniques, the 5 founders fought around Palama settlements, that's a slum in Hawaii. If a technique succeeded in street fighting, it was retained as part of the system. From these field trials came the Palama sets, forms, laws of nature, self-defense, subterfuge, close combat, and the art of grappling. Kajukenbo concentrates on being an effective art at all ranges of combat. A number of Kajukenbo practitioners such as Chuck Liddell and Sage Northcutt have made Kaju a household name in the UFC and MMA. The basic point was, if he starts a fight, you decide when the fight is over. That's how the school was created, and its basic motto by the time he was 80 years old: through this first path, one gains long life and happiness. Aloha everyone, like and subscribe to my channel.